The Atlanta Hawks, trading forward DeAndre Hunter to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Caris LeVert, George Niang, drive the minivan down, 3 second-round picks, and 2 swaps. So the Hawks getting off of Hunter here, playing the best basketball of his career, in terms of coming off the bench, scoring a lot, decent percentages. They trade him to the Cavs, who he maybe fits a role there for.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you think? You know my opinions of DeAndre Hunter. Let's hear yours. Yeah.
Well, you seemed a little disappointed doing the intro that maybe this wasn't a big name enough for you, DeAndre Hunter.
No, it's definitely not.
Well,
but, I can't get greedy
this
here
is
either.
the number one seed in the East saying, we need a guy. And they go get DeAndre Hunter.
Do you think he's much better than Caris LeVert?
I think
they do different things, but yeah.
Caris LeVert has had a very good season, but DeAndre Hunter has had a great season. Yeah, this year, DeAndre Hunter is playing the ball of his career, especially against the Cavs. 26, 23, and 25 versus the Cavs. Shooting 56% in the 3 games versus the Cavs this season. He looks great coming off the bench. It was a blessing in disguise for him that he got injured after the first 2 games of the season he was starting. He gets injured, comes off the bench when he comes back, and plays his best ball of his career by far.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal.
So why are the Hawks getting rid of him?
Money. Yeah, It's a long-term deal that they want to get off his money. It's piggybacking off what they did with DeJounte Murray in the offseason. They're trying to get off the long-term deals. Who knows? We got 50 minutes left. Could be a Bogdan Bogdanovic coming. Piggyback on that. Could be a Clint Capella to piggyback on that. But I do think this is an upgrade for the Cavs. He's a bigger player than Caris LeVert. I do think he comes off the bench.
You don't think he starts?
I don't think so. That's where he has excelled, being at the guy. Caris LeVert made plays happen with that bench. DeAndre Hunter isn't a playmaker. He's a scorer and a scorer only.
Yes.
Yeah, I do think the Cavs willing to take 2 years of guaranteed money of Caris LeVert of DeAndre Hunter after this year is a bold move. They think that they are a championship team, which is understandable.
Yeah.
They look great.
What do you think, TK?
I think this is honestly good for both teams. I like it for the Cavs because they're in first place right now. They traded 2 guys who are on the back end of the rotation, basically their 6th and 8th man in Caris LeVert and George Niang. And they got a guy who could start. I think it'll be a question mark. Is he the 5th man or is he the 6th man? The Cavs have, in general, the past couple of seasons slotted in different guys depending on the matchup. Maybe that's what they continue to do. They were going to have to pay Caris LeVert this summer anyways if they wanted to keep him around, so they got a little certainty here with DeAndre Hunter, like Tass mentioned. He's bigger than LeVert. He's more of a wing. LeVert's a guard. Hunter hasn't quite become the defensive player that he was touted as when he got drafted, but maybe he can throw it back there if he doesn't have to do as much on the offensive end, because we know Cleveland's offense is really good here. And then if you're the Atlanta Hawks, you got a little bit of draft stuff, 2nd-round picks. These swaps aren't all that good. It's basically they get the worst of the Cavs and the Utah Jazz. So you're going to probably be picking at the back end of the first round, but still they've got their picks heading out to the Spurs. So they got a little something there. LeVert will be helpful. They're going to need somebody to score the ball because Bogdanovic hasn't had a great season. Niang will probably be in the lineup, a 3-point shooter. That's something the Hawks need as well. So I think Atlanta got a little bit cheaper eventually, because they're going to have to probably do something with like a Cody Zeller, or maybe one of these guys moves on so that they can get under the luxury tax. And Cleveland probably got a tiny bit better. Most of the big names are gone from on the trade market. So I think this is probably the best the Cavs could do, and they went out and did it. They said, we got a chance this year.
Yeah.
Let's increase our odds as much as we can.
Yeah, and from the Hawks side of things, I think it is pretty amazing. They're selling high here on DeAndre Hunter because, if you had gone last year, you probably would have been having to attach picks to get off the Hunter deal, and sort of how poor he was playing and the injury bug and all that. But him, popping off this year, sort of being in the 6th man of the year conversation, giving you 19. Again, I've made my opinions felt about this guy. He just has disappointed too many times over the years, but over at least 40 games or so, he's balled out. I got to give him that. And the Cavs think, maybe that is the piece, as that 6'8", sort of more physical guy than a Caris LeVert. Now, he's a better playmaker, Hunter a better scorer. It's different type of player at that position, but maybe that's really what they need in a potential series with the Boston Celtics, if they were to match up, or even the Knicks for that matter, where you're going to have to try and slow some wing players down.
Right, and the rotation against the Boston Celtics wasn't all that good. George Niang specifically just looked a little too slow against the Celtics' athletic team. DeAndre Hunter is an upgrade on that. Now, Cam Johnson probably wasn't available, or they couldn't pay enough for Cam Johnson.
Right.
So that's what it seems like right here. But DeAndre Hunter has had a season. He gets a $250,000 bonus if they do make the finals in 2 different years of his contract. Johnny Hollinger informing us of that. So $250K, huge. It's in 26 and 27 though.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So he's screwed if the Cavs make the finals this year. He doesn't get that money. Unfortunate for him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe that's he's got 2 different bonuses if he hits the 70-game threshold John is writing about.
Okay.
Maybe that's the 26 and 27 part. Either way, all I want to say is that he dunked on Victor Wembanyama, and that isn't celebrated enough. Nobody noticed.
Is that DeAndre Hunter's greatest moment as a Hawks player?
Let me sit back and think about that. From what I remember, absolutely. Yes.
I know he had a big playoff game once. He scored 35 in a playoff game. I do remember that. But I am drawing a blank on any other really, truly memorable DeAndre Hunter moments. But I remember the Wemby dunk. Now, it just happened not too long ago.
But
it was big.
Why don't people remember that? It was during the holidays. Actually, it was during the Christmas holidays.
Got a low dunk score, I guess.
It was with 10 seconds left in the game.
TK, you're good at this. Are we forgetting a memorable Hunter Hawks moment?
Conference finals. He was there.
He was there.
Yeah. He got to celebrate with the team.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
He went to the NBA Cup.
He went to the Cup quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. For me, the most memorable stretch of DeAndre Hunter is this year. Saying this guy's the 6th man of the year, and then he started balling out, and maybe he could have been 6th man of the year. I don't know. Does this increase his odds? He'll have more eyeballs on him. We'll see if he's actually the 6th man. But, yeah, I think good stuff from the Cavs.
Okay, and, like you said, you slipped it in here. Are the Hawks done? Are they trying to get somebody to take Bogey? Oh, the Capella factor of this, maybe trying to move off him if they feel like Okongwu is their guy. It does feel like that. And that's the thing here, too, with Hunter. They're like, we got Jalen Johnson. We're good there. We feel pretty confident about that. Obviously injured now, but moving forward. So you're going to get off of Hunter here. And the deal that you signed, what's he get? Like, it's not an insane contract, right? It maybe was at the time, but now it's like 23, 24, 25 million for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, yes. Acceptable.
It's acceptable, it is, especially when he plays like this. If he can continue to play like this, and if he can continue to stay healthy, which are always big question marks with this guy.